What's going on, everybody? It is your humble YouTube host back with a Tim, your YouTube host, Tim, back with another live stream. It's been a minute. I think it's almost been a week since I live streamed. Okay. Greg T News, how you doing? Good to see you coming here early. I respect that. I appreciate that. Almost been a week since I live streamed. Had to get on here, had to spend some time with y'all. And I got a good question today. Okay. And as the title says, I want y'all's opinions. This is kind of a discussion here. Of course, I'm going to weigh in and say my stuff. I'm going to talk my talk. Appreciate that, Great T News. Blessings to you too as well. I'm going to talk my talk. You know what I mean? I got my opinions, but I want y'all's opinions. I want y'all's advice. I want y'all to weigh in on this topic. Um, as Bellum, you don't have any power? Okay. I hope the power comes back on. Um, but today I want to talk about financial freedom. I want to talk about like building wealth. And I wanted to ask the question, as you see in the title, do y'all feel it's really even possible in today's economy? And if so, how do you do it? Okay, that's what we're going to be getting into. Real quick, want to say what's up to some people. I like to say what's up to first few people coming to the chat. Then we'll get right into the discussion. Janice checking in. We got Dell. How you doing? Brooklyn. Greg. Yeah, it's already been a week. Okay. Malvano. All right. We're going to come back to that. TJ, what up? 47. Been watching for 4 years. Hey, I appreciate you sticking around. Um, cool. All right, people already jumping to the topic. Let's go. Kit Kat, how you doing? Jaded, good to see you. Silver Sun, Cobra, Sovereign. Okay. So I'm already seeing from the chat a lot of people saying they do think it is possible, and that would be my overarching answer as well. Okay, I think in any economic situation, there is the potential for financial freedom. Okay, I think this is something that like wealthy people or people who come from generationally wealthy or rich families understand is that there's always opportunity. Okay, you don't just make money in the good times. People who know how to make money always make money. Okay, rich people make money good times, bad times, whatever. So I do think it is possible. I do think though, um, I like with what Melvano says here with proper planning and resisting shopping. I do think, you know, we are living in those economic times where a lot of those, when the money's flowing in, when you're in the good times, you can get away with, throwing a little money around. A lot of those purchases that before we could purchase and things we could buy, and it didn't really matter. We still had money in the bank. I don't think it's like that now. So I do think, yeah, I do agree that tightening up the purse strings, letting some things go, really watching your spending is important. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that the path to financial freedom is always the same. It just might be harder to follow it. I mean, it's all about bringing in income, right? First step to financial freedom, bringing in some income, which most people, this is going to be their job, or they start a business, or they do a side hustle, or a combination of all three. But you bring in some type of money, right? Then you have to like save money. After you handle all your bills, all your responsibilities, you have to be able to save money and then like invest money. And I think that's the path to financial freedom. Basically, those three steps. Now, in tougher financial times, it may be harder to save money and then harder to invest money. So I honestly think in those situations, we have to work harder on the first step, which is bring in money. I think more and more people are seeing that like your job might not be enough. You know what I mean? Sadly, these days, like your job might not be enough. You may need to pick up something extra if you want to. If you want to kind of bring in more money, so maybe you can keep saving and investing at the same level you were before, or you can just, your savings level might be down, your investment level might be down, and you're just going to ride it out at that level until things go back up. But I do think it's possible. I'm going to be heavy in the comments on this one too, folks. So I'm going to say a little bit. I'm jumping the comic too, what y'all think. Comments. Sovereign said, if you work for yourself, and that is the way a good portion of I think the wealthier people or a lot of people who get financially free, it's either through investments or working for themselves. I feel like, hey, and a lane of my own. I'm with you. My heart goes out to you. So being a single parent in this economy is overwhelming. You know what I mean? I can believe that. I got total respect for all the single parents out there all the time. But I definitely have the utmost respect for single parents who grinding it out, trying to, take care of their responsibilities and their offspring in an economy like this. I feel you. Hey, Chris, yeah, we live. We live. Appreciate you watching that old video. Thank you. Tiffany there, Victoria. Yeah, that is true, Chris. Financial freedom is different for everybody. So I think honestly, that's the first question you got to ask is what does financial freedom look like for me? What does financial freedom mean to me? I think that's the first question. Because some people, financial freedom, like you said, different parts of the world, it means totally different things, or even two people in the same state, same city, same neighborhood, it means two different things. So I think that's the first question is like, what does financial freedom mean to me? And I think it is very hard sometimes in times like these when you're just trying to pay the bills to think about that and figure that out. But I think it's kind of important to always have that in the back of your mind if that's something you're going for, is to always be thinking like, yeah, it'd be great to have more money to pay more of these bills, get these credit cards down, these student loans down. But like, what would financial freedom look like to me? Y'all know me, I'm big on always thinking bigger, always thinking future, like always thinking what would like, I don't want to say the perfect scenario look like, but like instead of just being like, I need to make more money, be like, where am I trying to get to financially? What would like the perfect financial situation look like for me? Like what would make me happy financially? And not just win the lottery and get $1 million, which if that's you, cool. But like what would I do? You know what I mean? When I get financially free, what am I going to do with my life? What was my life look like when you know what I mean? Like all these things, because I think that's how we attract these things. Even when we don't know how we're going to make it work, even when we don't know how we're going to make it happen, I think that's how you attract these things into your life, everything in life. I think when you're thinking about like, okay, what does this look like for me? Sometimes we're scared to do that, especially with money. I think we're scared to like in finances, we're scared to be like, okay, what would a financially stable life look like for me? How much money would I be bringing in? How would I be spending it? And if I got extra money coming in, what am I doing with that? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's important to think on those things without the fear or like that scarcity coming in. Hey, Alex, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. I appreciate that. That is love. Thank you so much, Alex. Let me give you a like on that. I think we got a Super Chat train, 47. Yes, let's go. Let's go. That's love. Said sober from alcohol and weed. Thanks to you, Tim. Hey, that's amazing. That's amazing. When I started watching you 4 years ago, I was drinking all day. Nature's the best medicine. I agree. I agree. Hey, it's good. It is so good to see 47. You went from drinking all day to like being sober from weed and alcohol. You getting out in nature. That warms my heart so much. So glad to hear that, and I appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll jump off topic a little bit to big up somebody's sobriety. Let's go. Hey, Seal, you moved up north to Georgia. Got a pay cut because the cost of living is cheaper. Hey, that's the thing. You move somewhere where it's cheaper to live. You don't have to make as much money. You don't have to make as much, and you're fine. And yeah, it's Bella. Yeah, and I think that's a move too. Is like we can put time limits on stuff. Hey, I'm gonna work 2 jobs for 6 months, maybe stack up, especially if you have something you want to do. I'm gonna work 2 jobs because I'm trying to buy new furniture. I'm trying to pay off the car. I'm trying to pay off some debt. I want to take a trip with my kids here. I want to do this. Setting a limit of like, all right, I'm gonna do this, but it's not forever. I think that's cool too. M2PG4K says financial freedom is possible if you have a good income, single, and a minimalist. Um, that's true, but I think it's possible other ways too. Tony said get some meme coins in this crypto cycle. Hey, I'm with you on that. Not financial advice. I'm with you, but hey, there's a million ways. You know, um, I do think there's some plays to be made in crypto, but only if you've been following, you know what I mean? Only if you're gonna take the time and kind of figure crypto out. Don't buy, like I always tell people, look into crypto. I would never say buy crypto. I say look into it because I want you to look into it, do your own research. Never buy anything because someone else said buy it until you've looked into it. Respectfully. Pizza pie, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, it's always weird. I literally dropped a video Wednesday. So it's always weird when people were like, "Oh, I was worried where you're at." I'm like, I dropped 2 videos this week. Respectfully, I dropped 2 videos this week, so I'm here. I'm outside. I'm outside. Like I didn't go nowhere. So yeah, yeah. Sometimes I think my videos don't show up to certain people, but I'm like, yeah, I dropped 2 videos this week. Appreciate y'all hitting the like button too. We're almost at 50 likes. I appreciate that. Hey, Sovereign, I love this. Said I had no money, no job, so I donated plasma, saved up money for a new pair of glasses to be able to see in order to DoorDash and day trade and work a job if I have to. You got a lot going on. DoorDash, day trade, donating plasma. Hey, I respect that though. Get it how you got to get it. You know, you know. I've been watching a lot of DoorDash videos lately. Great Bird says, just don't buy a car, house, or rent an apartment. Stay with your parents as long as possible. That's another one. That's another one. You know, a lot of these moves that we were taught, oh, if you're an adult, you have to do this, you have to live like this. You don't have to, you know, like currently, I don't have a car. I ain't trying to pay that money right now. You know, I'm saving money. I'm saving on car insurance. I'm saving on gas. I don't have to save money for the upkeep of the car. I don't have a car note currently. Like, I like that. I like that. You know, stay at home with your parents. You turn 18, you don't have to move out. Stay at home with your parents. The room's already there. Your stuff's already in the room. The rent's cheap, hopefully, probably cheaper. Stay with your parents. Use public transportation. Because I'm telling you, all the people that laugh at you because of the sacrifices you make, A, you probably got more money than them now. You're probably better off financially than them now. And B, like fast forward 5 years, you probably gonna see the really see the separation. Right now, it looks like they're above you. They're winning. They got the car. They got the apartment. They got the nice clothes. But fast forward 5 years, you'll see the separation because they're going to be not as well off financially because they've been paying for all that stuff, and a lot of it's on credit cards. So they're probably still going to be paying on that stuff, whereas you've been saving that money, hopefully stacking it, saving it, investing it, putting it in high yield savings accounts, all the moves. You'll see the separation. And all those people who laughed at you will be coming to you with advice. For advice, excuse me. Hey, how'd you do that? You know what I mean? Seal, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So I've been sober since October 1st. Yay! Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. You about to hit 15 days here shortly. Half a month. Let's go. Keep on, Seal. Glad to hear that. Exactly, Alex. I think financial freedom is not easy. Um, and even I like to put forward something called partial financial freedom, where like you may not be totally financially free, but you got breathing room. You know what I mean? Like you good. You can make some moves. You can take some time off. You know what I mean? Like you good, right? Just I don't even know what you would almost call it, but like financial breathing room. You know what I mean? I think we need to like go after that. But even that isn't easy because it means we can't just be out here doing whatever we want to do. And it also sometimes means we have to figure out a way to generate more income, which definitely is not easy. That's definitely not easy. As much as influencers and other people want to tell you it's super easy to generate more income, and oddly enough, they want to sell you something to show you how to generate more income, which is basically how they generate income. Anyway, typically, it's not always easy. It's not, especially when you already got a job. You know what I mean? But like, sometimes that's the move. I agree, VCR. Life is never stable. There's always something happening. Agent, you 3 weeks free from your job. You hate it? Nice, nice, nice. I said, you inspired me to take my life into my own hands, and every day I find more to be grateful. Speaking of gratitude, Okay, okay. To be grateful of. I appreciate your encouraging words. Love the stream. Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so happy, so happy. You got out the job and enjoying life, finding things to be grateful for. That's amazing. That's amazing. Craig, yeah. Off topic, but yeah. Actually, I'm locked in for the end of the playoffs and NCAA women's basketball. So like this time of year, like a few more games, and then in my mind, the WNBA is gone for a while. I get locked in on women's college basketball and softball. So yeah, yeah. Growing out the beard, this is probably is. I'll grow it out a little more, then I'll cut it off. Y'all know me. I don't really care about the beard. I can go either. I can take it or leave it. What up, F Doctor? That's a good point. 22, 24. Just getting out of debt is financial freedom. Clint says so many dummies, it's easy to be smart. Yeah, sovereign. Something as simple as a high yield savings account. Like we're never taught about stuff like that. You know, I feel like that would take one day in school. You know what I mean? That's one period in social. I don't know, like stuff like that. Just never even thought of. DJC says work 9 to 5 is not going to solve anything in this life. We got to work smarter to get our coins up. I do agree for a lot of us that's the case, but there are some people with really good 9 to 5s. So like we can't like I would never demonize a 9 to 5. But there are some people who work a 9 to 5 and make really good money. So I can't always say like a 9 to 5 is wrong or like a 9 to 5 you can't be financially free. There's some people who make enough money on their 9 to 5 that they're good. A lot of us will never find a 9 to 5 like that, but like there are a lot of people whose 9 to 5 is and they make good money decisions and they live within their means, but they make enough from their 9 to 5 to live well, you know what I mean, to be financially free. But for a lot of us that will probably never be an option. So yeah, I think we have to, instead of just working hard, we got to work smart, to your point. And since like birth, we've been trained to work hard. If you work hard enough, you'll get there. I genuinely don't think that's the case for most of us. So like, yeah, we do got to figure out ways to work smarter. I agree. Juan, how you doing? What up, John? Good to see you. Well, now the comments start rolling in. Here we go. Where am I at in the comment section? Here we are. Cool. Oh, D-Rel says, I'm on disability. I learned to budget, and most of my friends are in debt, but I act like I don't know. I just let people do what they do. Hey, sometimes you got to, sometimes you got to let people, especially with finances, people can get really touchy, So, yeah, you just do you do your budgeting, and just kind of, yeah, sometimes you got to let people do what they do. Where are we living? How you doing? Inspired you to retire, one? Oh, nice, nice. Hey, Mr. Tiger Shark 77. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. I appreciate the love. Said, hey Tim, thanks for making the social anxiety video. Okay, cool, 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 cool. That really resonated with me. Keep putting out the awesome content. Hey, you are welcome. You are welcome. And I appreciate the response you've given about that video as well as everybody else who commented, because that video really, was me. If you know me, like I've been going over that video in my head for a while, and even that day, I almost didn't make that video because it was, what I mean, like I really wanted it. I wanted to speak what was on my heart and like what I really go through. You know what I mean? And I had a lot of takes and stumbles, and I actually was like, man, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do another video. I was like, I ain't gonna do a video, but the location, I like the location, right? And I was like, this is the video you meant to make today, Tim. Like the fact that you're having trouble with it means you need to do it. So I appreciate the response on that. And thank you, Mr. Tiger Shark. Thank you, thank you. Mike 01 Davis coming through, Super Chat Train. Mike, I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Hope you're good. Hope the family's good. Always glad to hear from you. Always good to hear from you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Appreciate the love. Hope you ain't getting too bad of weather up where you're at because of the stuff that's been coming through lately. I'm gonna let that one negative comment slide, but any other slander about women's basketball, you're getting blocked. KB says simple answer no. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like I feel like I don't like to blanketly say anything isn't possible because then it won't be. You know what I mean? Like I think anytime you say something's not possible, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because you're not going to try. So I don't like to say anything isn't possible. At most, I'll be like, currently, I don't see how I'm going to do it. But if I want to do it, I just speak it into existence. Yeah, I'm trying to get my coins right. How are you going to do that, Tim? I don't know yet. I can't see the path, but I'm getting my coins right. Because I firmly believe, whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's anything in this life, I firmly believe the only one that I waver a little bit on is maybe health, but maybe my faith just isn't strong enough. But everything else, I firmly believe we are powerful enough to like control it and bring things into our life. Actually, I think you can attract health into your life well too. I take that back. Real Freedom said many FU money can live for at least 12 months without any income. Yeah. Like that's FU money is basically when you have enough money to say like FU to anybody, the job, mainly the job. Just be like, I'm out. You know what I mean? And that's always a good feeling when you got enough saved up. Because I've done this many times, which I have very little bills, no responsibility to speak of. It don't take a lot for me to have screw you money, right? I just need a few dollars. So all throughout my 20s, I would do that a lot. It's just like if it wasn't the situation for me, if I knew I had enough money to pay my bills for the next month, I'm out, bro. Even that, 12 months is great, 6 months is great, but like if I had enough money to pay my bills for a month, like if I had enough money to pay my bills for 2 months, you best not say nothing to Tim. This was in my 20s. I'm a little better now. A little better. In my 20s, say something crazy at the job. I got 2 months worth of bills in the bank, bill money in the bank. I'm out. Deuces. Like I'm not taking it. But it's always worked out for me. But yeah, there is something very powerful about having enough savings to know that even if you don't choose to, you could walk up out of here. You know what I mean? Desert Map, yeah, not financially free, but not hurt for money either. So there's a level of freedom there. Yeah, I wish they would give all high school students a financial literacy course. I wish they would. I wish they would. Oh, what? Where are the comments? Where am I? Okay. Yeah, Jennifer. You got 5K sitting around. Yeah, you got to figure out something to do with it. And that's what like I started to want to learn more about finances, and I'm still on that journey because I'm like, I think we usually wait until we have some money and then we try to figure out what to do with it. I think it's fine to like learn about money when we're broke. That way, when we get money, we know what to do with it. You know, and I think that's a good way to attract money if you are broke is to start reading about money, finances. Why not? But yeah, I think it's always good to like learn about it since we're not taught about it. That way, when we do get money, we already know. As the money's coming in, you're like, oh, I'm putting this here, I'm putting that there, I'm putting that there. But that is still a good problem to like have money just sitting around. Got to figure it out. Everything's moving to automation. I agree, Bobby. I agree. Which there'll be people who make a ton of money off that, right? That's an opportunity. You know, and instead of being afraid of automation, or like if you don't like automation, I respect that. But like, when it comes to business, and life doesn't always have to be about how to make money. But if we're on the topic, I'm telling you, it's something I learned from like some of the wealthy people I know or I get a chance to be around or I eavesdrop on. I feel like their conversations are less, woe is me, this is what the world's doing, and more, this is the direction I see the world going in. Where's the opportunity? So it's like everything's going to automation. Is there an opportunity there? You know what I mean? Can I throw some coins at something and double my money? You know what I mean? Like that's the type of, like I try to think like how is the world now? Where do I think it's heading? Where's the opportunities? Oh, Mike, you was catching up on the Thailand videos? Okay, okay. And Mike, yeah. I mean, the cost of living definitely cheaper there. I was just blown away by like how good I could eat for so cheap. I miss that. I miss that. You know what I mean? Yeah, just transportation cheaper. Like it is a lot cheaper. So yeah, I would definitely look into that because you can live. Like I was telling a friend of mine, a coworker, just yesterday that like I felt like there spending less money, I was living like the level of lifestyle I feel like I should be living. Like I'm okay here. You know what I mean? But like there, I'm staying in like high-rise buildings with security and people at the door. You know what I mean? Like all just like for cheaper, I was able to live at a higher standard, one that I felt like was right for me. You know what I mean? I'm like I feel like I work hard enough that I could have this on a daily basis. I don't want to be super fancy or none of that, but I was like, this feels like the right level for me. I can't afford it in the States, but here I could. Cheaper. You know what I mean? Definitely, yeah, I would look into it. Oh, the team. Oh, you gonna like this? You said what teams on the fitted? Oh, y'all know I had to do it. Y'all know I had to do it. Y'all know I had to do it. Huh? Y'all know. Y'all know. Y'all know the vibes. If you know the backstory, the first fitted hat I ever had was the Braves. You know what I mean? Coming up in the A, like this is how I used to wear my hat back in the day. Like this was me. This is me back in the day. I always had a Braves fitted, and it was always up like this. Like this was my steez back in the day. Um, but yeah, I went down to the outlet mall the other day. I had to. It took me a while too. The dude had to come over and help me with the fractions. It's like a 7 and 5/8. He had to come help me with fractions because I was like the 7.5 isn't big enough, but the other one is. He had to come through and help your boy out because I don't do math. But yeah, I had to yeah, I've been wanting to fit it. And I've been waiting to get this shirt forever, so I was like, I'm gonna give me a nice little hat. You know what I mean? Adrian said financial freedom for me would be to pay off my house and switch from full time job to part time. I like that. See, I like that. And I feel like, oh, we're almost at 100 likes. Thank y'all. I feel like having that ideal, it comes quicker because all your decisions are going to be towards like you'll put a lot of energy towards paying the house off. Because a lot of people just like, oh, I want more money, but for what? You know what I mean? Money is like just saying you want more money is a very abstract concept. You don't really, because you'll also see a lot of people who are like, I just want more money. They talk about stuff like the lottery or something like that, which isn't really putting in work. But when you're like, oh, I want to pay my house off and go part time, you'll find yourself, there's steps you can take to that. There's action there. Okay, every time I get extra money, it's going to the mortgage. Boom. Because I'm trying to, pay the house off, I can go part time. You can set up an actionable plan around that. That's why I'm always like, what do you actually want to do? As opposed to just like getting more money. Because you might get more money and then still be stuck. Like, I don't know, I don't know this money. Good luck, by the way. My only thing, Sovereign, is, and maybe I'm just not smart enough, but I even from people that know, for the average person, I think day trading might be a little. Oh, you get 100 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I think day trading, it takes a special type of person to be a successful day trader. Whereas like gig work, anybody can do it, you know. But like day trading is different, you know what I mean? But hey, if you got it, do it. Clinton said, invest your excess money in the blue stock market. Example: Google, Amazon, Tesla, Procter Gamble, ConocoPhillips, blue chips over time. Okay, okay, that's a strategy. That's a strategy. I ain't mad at that. Somebody else is going to come and say index funds here in a second. What up, Brandon? Laura said, your social anxiety video was eye-opening. I knew I had a little bit, but no idea why I wanted to cross the street when I see a stranger walking towards me. Facts. I get you, Laura. I understand. I did that this morning. I get up, or I do my laundry either really late or super early. So there's a laundry room here on the grounds at my job. So I work on the grounds, I live on the grounds, and there's like laundry, everything. It's kind of this whole little situation. But I either go really late at night, like 11 o'clock, midnight, to do my laundry, or I go really early in the morning. So I got up at like 5 something and was doing laundry. But by the time my clothes came out of the dryer, it was like 7 o'clock ish. And the group we got here, because it's like a conference center and there's lodge. Anyway, different groups get up at different times. And the group we got here today, around about 7, they was up. People were up and about. And so yeah, I was coming back from finally get my clothes out the dryer, walking back, and like people were out, and I was moving and trying, just finding ways to walk on the sidewalk without having to pass people. It was crazy. Or like I'd be about to like move, and then the people would turn. I'm like, oh, I can keep going straight. Yeah. I thought about that. I was like, Tim, because a lot of times I just do it and I don't think about it. But since I did that video, I was like, Tim, you're doing it again. You going way out your way just so you don't have to pass 4 people. When it'll take you like 3 seconds to pass them, just wave. But I was like, nah, I'll go around. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. That's just how we are, Laura. It's almost like that. Mercedes, how you doing? Yeah, F Doctor, you said people say you should aspire to have 3 to 6 months of savings. My thing is save what you can, right? You know, I don't just like when people are like, oh, you need to have $1 million to retire. I'm like, have whatever retirement money you can. So it's cool. If you got 6 months, that's great. But when people say like you should have, I'm like, but that makes people not want to start. Sometimes I think we make people not even want to start when we put these, hey, if you don't have 6 months of savings, you're screwed. It's like, nah, just be like, save what you can. And I think most people are smart enough to know that the more they save, the better it is. So like, you know what I mean? Yeah, save what you can. But like, and if you got 6 months to a year, great. But yeah, sometimes I think we push people away when people are like, you need to have this much, if that much seems like a big amount. Tiger Shark, I'm here. I'm here for a little longer. I'm here for a little bit longer. Indeed. Hey, you want to start a YouTube channel? I say go for it. I say go for it. I got a couple of videos I want to make soon about making YouTube videos and like YouTube motivation. But I say go for it. Go for it. It can definitely help you out financially. Over time, you get monetized, channel grows. It definitely helps. Real Freedom said, when you have many FU money, you vibrate on a different level and attract what you want. A big lesson for me. Yeah, you definitely vibrate different level. Like even people can sense it. I think they don't like when you putting out those vibes and that energy, people not as likely to come at you. They can just tell, like, I don't know if this person gonna take this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Bargain Bear, how you doing? Okay, remove it. No political talk. I'm being nice today. I'm just removing comments. I ain't blocked nobody yet. You know. Oliver Green said, "I'm 34, just started learning about money." Hey, I mean, I think that's a lot of us. You know, that's okay. At least 34 is very young. You got about 60 years left. Okay, you got 34 times two left. You know what I mean? Almost. You almost got two more lifetimes, right? So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It'd be great if we'd all been taught earlier, but I think your early 30s is a great time to start. Yeah, that was that Ti look. I used to rock with the hat. Hmm. Oh, yep. Time to block. Actually, I'm gonna just put this person in timeout. I'm being good. Laura, I started to read Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin. I don't know if I finished it, but yeah, that is a good book. No, no, no. Just when I said I didn't block nobody, I had to block somebody. Okay. F Doctor said real estate, mutual funds, stocks, 401k, good investment options. I think they all are for the right person. And I think like with investing, I think a lot of it is personal too. I think the ideal of finding out from other people what a good investment is and then investing in it isn't as good as learning about all different type of investment vehicles and figuring out the one that works for you, or the one that like you're kind of passionate about, or the one you find enjoyable, or the one that you think goes along with what you're trying to do. But yeah, I think a lot of times we're just like, what would be the best? And I'm like, well, it might not be the best for you, and your goals. RK says, Tim, does money motivate you? I'd be lying if I said it didn't, because the society we've set up, you need money to do certain things. Like I like traveling. I just spent 3 weeks in Thailand. I had to pay for that. So, I mean, obviously, money motivates me because I get to go to work 5 days a week. So I don't think I could ever say money doesn't motivate me on some level. I don't think it motivates me as much as other people, because there's some things I'm like, I won't do that for money, or I just don't feel like doing that for more money. But yeah, I'd be lying if I said if money didn't motivate me, I wouldn't go to work. So yeah, money does motivate me, but it's not the only motivation in my life. Oh, good, I get to block another person. Ooh. Oh, the crazies are coming in. Oh, here we are. The crazies coming in. Got the bots coming in. See, Garrett, when your lease is up, you're going to Airbnb. I'm telling you, it's got its stuff, but like that not being tied down, I like it. I like the Airbnb life, man. Alex, I do. It is one of my goals that I'm going to accomplish eventually, is to be like a paid public speaker. And one of the things I probably will talk about is sobriety. So yeah, that's definitely something I see in my future. So and I don't think that would be tiring. Yeah, I could get up and talk about drinking and sobriety. You know, yeah, that I could definitely do that. I got a lot of stories. Shannon said, "It's possible if you partner with." Oh, okay. It's possible if you partner with the right person, don't have kids, and or find a loophole to make money without having to work for it, along with your 9 to 5. Um, I do think having the right partner helps. I do think not having kids saves you money. You know, I just and I'm not Shannon. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. Those are very valid points. I just like to look at it from a positive standpoint. You know, I know there's people. I know there's single people with kids who are financially free. You know, I know there's couples with kids financially free. You know what I mean? Who didn't have to find a loophole. You know, I you know, I just like to I don't think it can be hard work and you might have to get creative and it helps if you come up with, an ideal or something a lot of other people are doing, you know, but I don't think you have to always like find a loophole to do it, you know. Um how many boy the bots is in here. Lola, how you doing? I'm good, I'm good. Yeah, we got a whole block party going on. Yaki Snack. Oh, I love that name. Rice and Bean says most people today don't seem to have money or ownership of things. True, true. That's deep. That's deep. Just stuff and the lens they come with. That is deep. Rice and Beans, you always come up with something deep. That is deep. We don't have money or the ownership. One or the other, folks. You know what I mean? At least be like, hey, I'm broke, but I own some stuff. I got some assets. Or be like, I don't got no assets, but the bank account is stacked. The savings account's heavy. But like, we broke, ain't got no assets. Just junk in loans and debt. It's crazy. Oh, that I may have to write that down. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Hold on. That might be a video soon. We may have to make that a video. What would we say? No money, uh, no assets, just junk and debt. Oh, that's deep. We got to flush that out. That's deep. That's deep. JM, you saw me at Nana Plaza? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that was me. I was in that area. Yeah, I was in that area. You should have came up. If that was me, you should have came up and said hi. My favorite gig, I only did Instacart. The only gig job I ever did was Instacart, but I really liked it. How you doing, Ricky? Yeah, I really liked Instacart. Oh, Ricky said, sorry to hear your family members are making fun of you for not being in a relationship. Um, that treatment doesn't really happen to me. I would imagine people talk behind my back and probably wonder why I don't date or why I'm never in a relationship. But like, no, once again, like nobody that I deal with on a regular basis picks on me. You know what I mean? People might behind my back, but like none of my friends do. Um, yeah, yeah, that doesn't really happen to me. So, because I mean, I don't know, like yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would get you. I, if somebody came at me and was like picking on me for not being in a relationship, they had better pray that they with somebody decent, their relationship is going well. You know what I mean? Because there's so many ways I would probably. I try not to clap back at people, but like you'd have to, be husband and wife of the year, boyfriend and girlfriend of the year. You know what I mean? Because don't come at me about not dating unless your house is in order. Because since you felt so free to jump into my, dating life, I might have to jump in it. I hope I wouldn't. I hope I wouldn't. But depending on the day and how tired I was, I might just jump in yours. So, but none of my peoples are like that. So, would I be okay with a world of abundance, but you don't own anything? Totally, totally. The world is abundant. We already live in an abundant world, and I don't own much, right? So yeah, I'd be fine with that. Like we already live in an abundant world. and I don't own much, but like I'm very thrilled with the things I have are like tools, and I'm blessed to like have them so that I can live life on a level that's pleasant to me. I just bought like a humidifier because the mountain air is cold, is dry up here. It was like $19. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic about it. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like you know what I mean? Like the few things I have, I appreciate them so much because they enrich my life. You know what I mean? T Snacks, I see you. T Snacks, I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you, Travel Stacks. If you don't know, an amazing human being, check our channel out. Yeah, go over there, subscribe. Thank you, Travel Stacks. Thank you, Allison. I appreciate that. I'm gonna message you tomorrow. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna message you tomorrow. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Now I have to do it. But thank you so much, Travel Stacks. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Said I van yet? Nah, JM, that wasn't me. That was not me. Um, nah, that was not me. You saw somebody different. Somebody on Instagram said they got stopped at TSA, and the TSA guy was like, "I love your videos," and they thought he was me. So I posted that on Instagram yesterday. Which I mean, we both was black with kind of a salt and pepper beard, but yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, Ricky, I think if you hang out with, and I understand family's hard, but like yeah, yeah, I just try not to hang out with people who treat me like that. Boy, I literally just had to block like 10 people in a row. Mr. Tiger Shark, I'm not sure when I leave this job, am I going right to another one? That's what I got to decide right now. I was supposed to be like looking into that today, and I got lazy and was just you know on YouTube. But yeah, I was lazy today. I did laundry, and then I got real lazy. But um, yeah, I haven't decided yet. Oh, T Snacks, good to hear that. Good to hear that. That, by the way, that was brilliant. The video that was brilliant. But yeah, I figured you'd get ton of interest. So nice, nice. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. But yeah, I'll hit you up tomorrow. JM, I'm a pretty like solitary introverted person, so I'd be lying if I said I never get lonely, but I really don't spend too much time pining over the fact that I'm not in a relationship. Like honestly, if I'm lonely, I'm more likely to be like, man, I wish one of my friends was here, than to be like, man, I wish I had a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like I think I've been single so long, that's not my default go to. Like I just go, oh man, I wish I could handle one friend. So like yeah, womb to tomb. You know what I mean? So like, I just got to get from birth to death. I'm about halfway there. If the good Lord decides to send somebody in my life to help me with the rest of my trek to tomb, that's cool. But if not, we chilling. We got wings. You know what I mean? We be traveling. I got friends. I got the WNBA. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm good, bro. Like I can't. There's so many things in my life to be grateful for that like if I'm not blessed with a mate, I can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? Respectfully. Sovereign says, I just want to make enough money to get by comfortably, be able to get good Chinese food, be able to buy video games. I respect that. I respect that. You know what I mean? I like when someone has a plan. I just want to eat my Chinese food. I just want to get my Moo Moo Gai Pan. You know what I mean? Buy my little video games and be comfy. Like respect. I respect that. I respect that. Game prototypes are looking healthy, big dog. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, man, I've been waiting a long time to get this Gratitude Gorilla shirt. So I think I'm gonna order. I like the way it looks on me, so I think I'm gonna order like Patient Panda, and there's some other ones. But yeah. We've been waiting on this shirt a long time. You know, Rice and Bean says, I think we're often torn between what's practical and what's best for us. For example, I know our lives are easier with a smartphone. I also know our mental health would be better off without one. Well, that one, and in that case, Rice and Beans, I feel like I don't think it's the phone that's messing with our mental health. It's how we choose to use it. I don't think everybody who has a smartphone, it affects their mental health, right? So in that instance, I think we just have to use our smartphone differently. Like if you never get on your phone unless somebody calls you, or if you're on your phone 10 minutes out of the day, it doesn't affect your mental health at all. So like that's one of those situations where I think it's us. Like we use something in a certain way and it affects us. And I think sometimes we blame the thing, but it's not the thing, it's us. You know what I mean? For example, like for me, like someone could have a bottle of wine in their house and it'd be there for, or a bottle of liquor, it'd be there for a year. If I had a bottle of liquor in my house back in the day, I was drinking it and bad things were going to happen. So it wasn't the liquor that was the problem, it was me. I think sometimes instead of changing our behaviors, we just point at the thing that we're behaving badly with. But it's us. It's us. You know what I mean? It's really us. Joe said, I own my home, more free time, finding myself a little bored lately, though. Hey, that's a good predicament to be in. My money good, own my home outright, but I'm getting a little bored. Sovereign, I feel you. I'm going back to Android. Like, I've had this phone long enough now that when I say they, I mean me. They've allocated the money to like, or they've said like, when I say they, I mean me. When you get the money to upgrade, get an Android. So yeah, I'm going back to Android. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I like that trial and error. Said use the phone, don't let the phone use you. Let's go. Same that social media. You use social media, don't let social media use you. Spiritual Nomad Life. How you doing? Super Chat Squad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to see you. Said quit my job this week. It was wearing on my mental health. Your videos helped release the guilt I was feeling. Thank you. You are welcome. Appreciate that love. Always good to see you. Glad to hear if the job was wearing on your mental health, you got up out of there. And you know how the game goes, so I'm sure you'll find something somewhere else rather quickly if you choose to, get back in the game, or if you're gonna take some time off and travel. Looks like you've been in some nice locations, some scenic locations lately. I'll be on your Instagram. I follow. So yeah. I'm glad I could give you a little inspiration. You know, um, with my videos. Yeah, and that is weird that like one of the biggest factors, Super Chat Squad, thank you. One of the biggest factors that kind of makes it kind of weird for us to like leave a job is the guilt. But it's business. And I'm not saying that there's never any reason why you might, what I mean, want to feel like a job or the relationship with your coworkers is bigger than business. But like if it's wearing on our mental health or we're not being treated right, even in those instances, sometimes we'll be like, man, but I don't want to leave. It's like, nah, you got to get up out of there. It's just business. In that instance, Thank you, Spiritual Nomad Life. Thank you, JM. I almost never look at my bank account. It's just not. You know what? Like even on my like investment accounts, I don't like the fact that like it shows me the numbers when I log in. I don't. Nah, I almost never look at my bank account. Yeah, I'm that doesn't do nothing for me really. Like I don't. If I check the bank account, it's just to be because usually I have kind of an ideal of where I'm at. Um, and if I check my bank account, it's just to see, okay, boom, boom, boom. I get paid Friday. It's Tuesday. Where am I at? Boom. Um, yeah, it's just not something. Yeah, like I said, when I get annoyed when I log into my investment accounts and I'm just gonna like add some money or something, and it shows me I don't like that. I'd rather just be able to get in there and do what I'm gonna do, and then once every 6 months be like, oh, this is where I'm at. Michael says, learning about the history of debt, how power, religion equated death with sin, debt with sin. Debt has always been used for control. To seek freedom from debt is to seek freedom from sin. I like that. I like that. I like that. And that's, see, Michael be going deep too. You took it back. You know what I mean? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I mean, debt is owing money, which equates to owing time and energy that we haven't even got a hold of yet to someone else. That's like when I started looking at it that way, I really was like, ooh, I don't like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, that means that I already owe time and energy that hasn't even come into my life yet. I already owe that to a corporation. I don't like that. Like if I want to set aside time and energy and put it towards another human being or a good cause or something for myself, cool. But the fact that I already owe it, the fact that the food that I'm paying for and eating today so that I can fuel my body for tomorrow and the rest of the week or whatever, if I got debt, I'm doing that so that I can work to pay off something I owe to a corporation. I'm like, ugh, I don't like that. Now I get the big debt car, house, stuff like that. But I'm like, beyond that, I ain't trying to owe. You know what I mean? An intelligent investor said, thinking about it deeply, it appears that true financial freedom is only possible for the ultra wealthy. Wealthy. These are people whose money can last for generations. You need at least 10 million for a start. Intelligent investor. I feel like your definition of financial freedom is different maybe than mine. Because I know people who are financially free who have nowhere near $10 million. Like, I know people who I consider financially free. You know, they've got investments. They live off the dividends. You know, and they're good. You know what I mean? And they don't have tens of millions of dollars. So I think different people's definition of financial freedom is different. And I think a big part of that is, what do you want your lifestyle to look like? If you have a millionaire's lifestyle, then yes, to be financially free, you need millions of dollars. But for someone like myself, you know, I can live off a couple $1,000s a month. So, you know what I mean? I think it's different. I think a big part of that is, yeah, what level of how you live and what financial freedom means to you. What up, oh Razzie? What up? Oh, New Era's headquartered in your city. D is for dog. Okay. Indy, it's funny you say that. You said, I feel like the storms that just passed were signs. Too much stuff, too much consumerism. I really feel like we're being called back to simplicity. It's funny you say that because every time there's like major natural disasters, it always makes me think about that. I'm like, it always reminds me of simplicity. You know, I'm always like, and I feel bad for people like who lose stuff or lose everything, and it always just like makes me double down on having as little as possible. Because I'm like, a, it's easy for me to like pack up and leave because I don't have much, and like even if I lost it all, I ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? So yeah. Retired 2019 said financial freedom is definitely possible. However, it takes sacrifice and commitments. Facts, facts. I agree, and I think that's the hardest part is like the sacrifice, the long term sacrifice and commitment. Um, Definitely is not easy. Retired 2019 also said, I retired early, never owned a home, and not a millionaire. Doesn't take millions. Does not take millions. Thank you for chiming in too, by the way. Patria, how you doing? Two of two, checking in as well. Yeah. The fewer responsibilities, the better. But I also feel like there are lots of people who are financially free with families, the reason I always want to add that too is because if anyone's listening and they have a family, I don't want them to feel like it's not possible for them. So like, I think it's you just have to figure out how you're going to do it for your situation. I feel like whatever you're talking about in life. Thoughts on the FIRE movement? Retire, financial independence, retire early. I think the ideal is great. As with a lot of movements on the internet, I think people can get very caught up in them, and like I've heard from a lot of people in the FIRE space that like, people get very judgy, and there's some extremists in it. So I think the ideal behind it is great. Yeah, get financial independent, retire early. I think is great, but I think the movement, at least on the internet, sometimes can be a little, yeah, like they want you to be very frugal and sacrifice everything and scrimp every penny. A lot of them, and I'm like, well, yeah, if I can enjoy my life, I don't want to work towards financial independence. Yeah, visions unlocked. How do we allow us to happen? It's crazy. I think about that all the time. Jennifer K, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate the love. So keep spreading the positive message, friends. Sober October, we are here. Let's go. Sober October. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Sober October, yes, we're here. Drinking water and kombucha. I went to a Trader Joe's yesterday. I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've been to Trader Joe's. I actually had to leave because I got overwhelmed. I bought my stuff and everything, but I got overwhelmed. There's a lot of people in the Trader Joe's. But went to Trader Joe's. I thought about that because I was about to say I'm drinking water and kombucha, and I did buy some kombucha because they had actually got it right here. They had the living gratitude. Everything's gratitude today. All gratitude, everything. They had it won't let me show it to you. Oh, there it is. The living in gratitude flavor, and it was cheaper than the kombucha here. So I bought some. But yeah, not sure why I shared that, but I share everything. Game prototypes. He said, I've been prioritizing paying debt, but I always think about the day money is no longer an issue and free time is abundant. Then I always think, all right, what am I going to do with my time? And that I feel like that kind of sums up the world we live in now. We're like, if we're not working or like paying bills or whatever, we don't know what to do, because like so much of our life we've been pointed in that direction. So my thing is always like, what do you like to do? I know me, I enjoy doing nothing a lot of the time. I literally the other day, like I was just laying in bed and I turned on some Alan Watts, and I was just for an hour or so, it was like bliss. So I think we all have things that like we enjoy doing that like we haven't previously had the opportunity to do, or even like tapped into thinking about doing, that left to our own devices we would naturally already be doing, but we can't because we're working, stuff like that. But I think there's stuff. Tom T, I never smoked cigarettes, so I never had to quit. No. Two, nothing else takes life seriously. Nothing else takes life seriously. Like if you just look around, the animals don't care. They don't take it serious. They just eat whatever. You know what I mean? The tree, like nothing takes it serious. Everything just does what it does, but it's not serious. Nothing's stressed. Nothing's worried. If something happens in that moment, they react. They might be scared, but like nothing is out here worried about the future and oh, I have to get it right. Everything just exists. I just be trying to exist. Just Rowan, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. So listening while driving, just want to come through and say hi. Maybe I can find a place to pull over. It's good to see you. I feel like we ain't seen you in a while. How you doing? Good to see you. PJ, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Oh, how do I? There's the heart. There we go. That's love. Thank you. International Super Chat Squad. I see the Euros. Euro gang said Timothy Ward, Free Spirit Rockstar. Let's go. Thank you. I like the like the little dancer. Thank you so much, PJ. I appreciate that. Thank you. We here. Rockstar status. Okay. Short change. You think most people won't ever see 10 grand cash liquid in a lifetime? Which is kind of sad. Freedom, no, but financial, yes, is a hustler's economy. All right, Robert. Appreciate you weighing in. And yeah, there's definitely different types of freedom. Rose says, I think financial freedom is possible for potentially all of us once we decide not to be a slave to material possessions. Many of the things we own are not conducive to long-term happiness or financial health. Facts. That's the thing. It's like, we're not anti-possessions. It's not like don't have anything, but it's like most of the stuff we have, we don't care about, or it's not making us happy long term. So it's like we're just consuming and buying all this junk. Dude, if consumerism made you genuinely happy, I'd be like consume with a capital C. You know what I mean? But it doesn't work. It doesn't make you happy, and then we end up broke. They towed your car. It was $605. Short day. Ooh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, CH, different rules for the corp, even though corporations are people too, different set of rules. JM, anytime someone says, oh, this amount of money is nothing these days, it kind of annoys me. Like, if you got $1 saved, that's something. You know what I mean? So like, that's just people. Bro, 100K saved is 100K. Will 100K buy what it did 100 years ago? No, but it's still 100K. So like, why do we have these discussions? Just like you have to have this amount for retirement. You have to have the no, like do what you can do and make do with that. Yeah, I never let anybody else make me think my financial situation, especially when I'm doing good stuff with my money, like saving it or investing it. I never let anybody else make me think it's not enough or wrong. If I got $1 saved, I'm up, right? Because if I got $1 saved and no debt, my net worth is $1. If I don't have any assets, that's better than most people who have negative net worth. You know what I mean? So like, it's just crazy the stuff people get away with saying. Oh, 100K is nothing. And typically, a lot of times when people say that, they don't even have 100K saved. So stop. So if I gave you this briefcase with 100K, you wouldn't take it because it's nothing. Oh no, I'd take it. But people think crazy stuff like that. The intelligent investor coming through with the love. Thank you. Whoa. I'm trying to put a like on that. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. So I'm afraid that if I don't have enough money to deal with anything that comes my way, I cannot be financially free. I respect that. My only question I would ask to that is like, is there any money level that would allow you to deal with everything that came your way? And I feel like that could be, that's like a hole you fall in and can never dig your way out of, right? Because you'll always think you need more money. So you could never get financially free, which you admittedly said earlier. You think it takes a ton of money. So if that's your outlook, then yes, I see you feeling like it's going to take you millions of dollars and it's really not attainable. I'm kind of on the other side where I'm like, I just think I need enough money to pay the bills and do a little saving, a little investing, whatever, my charitable giving. If something comes up and I can't take care of it, I just can't take care of it. Like, so And I feel like that allows me to live freer than if like I feel like I gotta constantly be making more money because I feel like I have to be able to take care of anything. There's some things I just won't be able to take care of, you know. So yeah, it's just all on how you look at it, you know. UFO mechanic, sorry to hear you're hurting from heartbreak. I, I I wish there was something I could say that could help with pain that intense. I honestly think it's just time. I think yeah, it takes time to get over heartbreak and it hurts and it sucks, but eventually you will. But I don't. If anyone knew a quick cure for heartbreak, I think they'd be the trillionaire. Yeah. Kashif, you said I was watching your video about life feeling like a continuous monotonous loop. What do you do when you get that feeling? Well, that was the feeling I was having way back in 2014. Um, 2013, 2014. That's why I started on this lifestyle path I'm on now. So I really don't feel it much anymore because like I'm always doing something different. So my fix is like I just started doing more in life. Now I know everybody may not be able to do it like I do it, but then everybody probably doesn't want to do it like I do it. But like that's why I travel so much. That's why I work different jobs. That's why, you know what I mean? That's why I do YouTube as consistently as I do. Like I always try to have something different going on every so often. So I don't have time for it to feel monotonous, you know? Be yourself. Thank you. Thank you. I will. Lorenzo, you just changed your YouTube name that quick? Okay. Big One Tower. You don't spend money on services anymore? Okay. Okay. I do think the animals laugh at us, or I think they just shake their heads. You know, what do you think your cat thinks? You get up and go to work every day. It's like, why do they get up and go to work every day when they could just lay here? You know what I mean? Like, you know, like with all the other animals who just like here, there's a lot of elk and a lot of deer, and they probably just look at us and be like, "Bro, all you have to do is just like walk around and find food and water and eat it and hang out. What are y'all doing with these roads and these cars and these jobs and bro, like it's just crazy." Yeah, yeah. I think the animals probably just shake their heads. It's like they don't understand it. Hey, Mike Black, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So that shirt is fire. Shout out to Gratitude Gorilla. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. I'm so happy. This, yeah, like, yeah, I'm so happy. If you see me wearing this shirt a lot, it's because I really like it. So thank you, Mike. I appreciate the love. I'm glad you like the shirt. Thank you. People tell you money got to go somewhere because they don't say money. CH, I don't really know a ton about 401k restrictions, so I don't know. Hey, Kay, how's it going? Yeah, and I agree, AK. Money does equal freedom. There's some freedom that comes because we've created a society once again where a lot of things take money. So you do have more options and more freedom when you have more money saved. Like I low key wish it wasn't that way, but it kind of is. So like, hence having discussions about finances and money because I think it's important. You know, CH, I have a full time job. Just ruin your dog side eyes you all the time. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? The bargain bear says being free, not just financially free, to me is going on a solo trip to see one of my best friends who live in Texas without having to think about it. Facts. Facts. You know, because yeah, there's a couple different freedoms involved there. You got to have time freedom. You know what I mean? Energy freedom, financial freedom. Yeah, to be able to just, but man, I'm going on to Texas for about a week, see my friend, and there's no worry, concern. It's just like I'm doing it. When you can just say I'm doing it and go do something, and the money's not an issue, the time ain't an issue, the energy ain't like you just go do it. That's freedom. That's freedom. That's freedom. Um, I life insurance. My thoughts on life insurance and health insurance. Um, you know, you know, get a little cheap life insurance policy so they can bury you, whatever. I don't think too much on life insurance because it's pretty cheap. So, um, health insurance is a different matter. At the end of the day, I'm not too worried about life insurance because I'll be dead when I need it. So, nah. But throw a few dollars at life insurance so they can bury you or cremate you. Not a burden on your family. But health insurance is a totally different matter. I could talk all day about how expensive health insurance is and how crazy that is. Psychedelic said, "How can you know what you want to do in life if you spend the majority of it doing the same thing and taking the paycheck, and after these jobs you're not doing really nothing really, and you're still broke?" This is why I like to talk to the young people. This is why I like to talk to the teenagers. People in their late teens, early 20s, because a lot of times we end up having to stay working full time and like doing the same things over and over again and not really having time to like explore what our passions are because the decisions we made and the things we bought early, in our early years put us on that path. Um, but like, I and sometimes it almost feels like it's too late once you get stuck in it. Once you got bills and debt and responsibilities, it's hard to get out of it. Not impossible, but hard. That's why I like talking to people and trying to get the message to them before they start down a path. It's like, hey, take some time in your early 20s to figure out what you like to do in life before you go $100,000 in student loan debt. Before you let people press you into, marriage, kids, career, all that stuff. AK, I wouldn't recommend that everyone quit their job and just do their thing or take a gap year. I do want us to normalize it. Okay. So everyone's different. Everyone has different situations, different things going on in life, different responsibilities. So I don't have any recommendation for everybody. I just wish we would normalize sabbaticals, gap years, things like that, so that people would naturally kind of try to find a way to fit them into their life schedule. Now it's crazy. Like no one takes a year off. But like if half the people at your office had taken a gap year at some point in the last 5 years, you would be trying to figure out how to do it too. If you felt, if you're feeling burned out, you'd be like, oh, let me see about doing a gap year. You know, I've been working for 7 years straight. Let me see about taking 3 months off. But that's not normalized in current society. I'm trying to normalize it so that then it'll just be another play in the playbook. Lots of plays in the playbook. Or I want there to be lots of plays in the playbook. These days, there's like 3 plays in the playbook. I want there to be lots of them, and I want that to be one of them. You getting burnt out, take some time off. So like, and if it's normalized, people will go into the workforce making decisions based on the fact that like that's something they know they're going to want to do. Okay, I know 5 years from now I'm going to want to take a gap year. How do I make that work? What do I need to save? What do I need to invest? You know what I mean? Like, so as opposed to now, that's not a play in the playbook for most people. They're not going to make the decisions typically to be able to do that. Even people who could, you know. Meg, how's it going? Never too late to start decluttering. Facts. Lee started your gap year a few weeks ago. Okay, okay, nice, nice, nice. Glad to hear that. And I think people being concerned about finding another job is a valid concern. I would never say it's not a valid concern. You know, I don't think it has to stop you, but that is something to think about. But once again, I think if it was normalized in our society, you wouldn't even have to find another job. Like your current job would just be like, oh, okay, you're taking a year. All right. Or other companies would be more likely to rehire you. When your resume had a year gap on it, they'd be like, oh, you took a gap year. Oh, cool. We just had someone go on one. You can take their job. You know what I mean? Um, Short change is a good bar for traveling abroad to have 5K disposable. Or can you just have hundreds? What do you like? You mean, are you just going abroad? Like, how long are you going abroad? That would I'd need to know more information. Short change. Yeah, Lorenzo, I'm all for being silly and stupid, and I'll be laughing, and I say all kind of craziness, and I say what I feel like needs to be said. Like I don't know. Like I don't, just live life, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm telling you, once you get that, and it seems like you're starting to get those seeds planted, but like once you start to like see it that way, you realize like, bro, there's nothing to be serious about. And a lot of it is kind of letting go of ego and this ideal that any of us are someone important. The more you let go of all that, like it's easy to just like laugh and have fun, and like you just start to enjoy the moments. It's not all this endless like trying to like be bigger, better, faster, prettier, strong, like outdo the next person. Nah, just live, bro. Like some stuff other people way better than me. Some stuff I'm, you know, pick it up easier than other people. Like it's yeah, it's just nothing to be serious. Like, bro, what? Even like pain and suffering, it sucks, but like it doesn't have to be serious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man. In your mid 40s, you only have 2,000 Mondays left. How many Fridays? See, that was extremely funny to me. Uh, um, yeah, interesting. What up, Praveen? Good to see you. Good to see you, my brother. Side note, if saying, could you please talk about, we'll get your comment responded to quicker than if you just say, talk about, respectfully. So if you just say, talk about this, I'm probably not going to, because it seems like you telling me what to do. And only my mama do that, and my dad. But if you say, and my boss, but if you say, could you please talk about, or could you, then I might respond. Respectfully. Simply Black Vegan. How you doing? How you doing? Happy day. Praveen said, I'll be part of the stream for the next 11 minutes. Praveen be having it down to the minute. Facts. Bargain Bear said, I feel like when you move secure, when you're more secure with your financial situation, not much bothers you as much. In your mind, you can experiment with other job options. Facts. Facts. I agree. Like we were talking about earlier, just having a little bit saved up that like gives you that cushion to be able to be like, or invested to give you that cushion to be able to be like, if something goes wrong or if I have to leave this job or blah 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 blah, I'll be okay for a little bit. That's powerful. That's powerful. You know, if I need to find another job, I got a little window. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just so many more options that come. Just want to have a little nest egg. Yeah, man. Thank you, Simply Black Vegan, chiming in on that. Yeah, that's just one of those things. And I know people don't probably mean it that way, but like, you know, when people just like tell you to do something, I'm like, bro, you see this? You see? You see this great dog? Like I said, if you paying me, you can tell me what to do. You know, if you my boss, you can tell me what to do within reason. No. I got a good boss. I got a good boss. So yeah, I only work for good bosses. So you my boss, you can tell me what to do because that's your right. Because you paying me. My mom and them can tell me what to do. Anybody else? Nah. Yeah, Aisha, you can tell the haters when to go when you can go. If you know you got the financial abundance to go, you can tell other people where to go. Or you just don't tell them nothing. You just leave. Used to spend all your money on fast food, Solver, not anymore. Nice. Ed Ward, what up? I said, Tim, you're a huge inspiration to me, and I really value your positivity and insights. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I'm humble. Thank you. Thank you. We're gonna try to keep it positive. Throw out these little insights we come across. A lot of this stuff I think about late night when I'm laying in bed. Stuff pops in my head. I don't know. I don't have much else going on in my life, so I have plenty of time to think about this stuff. Tracy, how you doing? Praveen, and we love having you in the streams. Really do. How many minutes you got left? 7? I'll be right back, folks. I'm gonna take a little break. I'll be right back. We backs. Hey, Angela, how you doing? Good to see you. Down in Tombstone, visiting family. Okay, okay. Came through for say a quick hi. Appreciate that, Angela. Have fun with the fam. Have fun with the fam. You missed the block party. The bots came through. A bunch of I had to block like 10 bots. It was crazy. You missed it, but sure it'll happen again. Hey, Ellie. Can I prove I'm 6'4"? No. Can any of us prove what height we are? Actually, heights, measurements as a man-made concept. Gerald, yeah. Minimalism, I think, plays a big factor in financial freedom. If if that's the route you take to get to it, because yeah, when you don't own a lot, you don't spend a lot on stuff, and you can take that money and put it towards financial freedom. You know, the less you own, the less you got to buy. So yeah. Yeah, Angela. My dad called me and let me know he was okay the day after the hurricane. So I was a little, that one night I was a little, anxious because he decided not to evacuate. So, um, but he's okay. He called me, let me know he's okay. Thank you for asking. Yeah, just wrong. You pulled over at the rest area. Okay, okay, we here. Aaron, I'm doing well. Glad to hear life's been going good for you lately. That's awesome. See, I love to hear that. I like to hear that. We don't share that enough. A lot of times we're quick to share the negative, which is understandable, but it's cool to hear somebody be like, man, life's good right now. I'm ups. I'm up. That's awesome, Aaron. Glad to hear that. Thanks for sharing. Praveen, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be streaming. Robert checking in. Hello. Yeah, how can you prove how tall you are? It's all made up. It's all made up. I'm taller than you. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Thank you for me. Yeah. It was you know, and I'm glad the hurricane wasn't as bad as they. I'm learning something, ladies and gentlemen. The hurricanes they really hype up and say they're going to be horrible usually aren't. I'm noticing when they're out there, oh, this is gonna be the if you don't leave, you're gonna die. Category 3. It'd be the ones that sneak up on them that get you. I'm learning this. It's the ones that end up doing something crazy they weren't expecting that have the most damage, most death, sadly. But the ones they see coming and they get a clear cone, a clear path, and they're like, oh, it's gonna be the worst ever. I'm learning. Simply, since minimalism has changed my life and my pockets in a major way, I'm not so stressed. Let's go. About nothing. Let's go. Yeah, you see it, Angela? You finally, you see it? I haven't even, well, actually, no, I wore it to the general store. Other than that, I have not worn it out the house. I wore it down to the general store to get my coffee this morning, to the Rustic Cafe. But other than that, I haven't worn it out the house. I had to share it with y'all 1st. Eastern Dreamer. Yeah. My week is going great. You waking up in the Philippines. Okay. Sounds good. Enjoy. The less you own, the less upkeep, less mental stress. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't talk about minimalism because I got like I'm not selling a minimalism course. I don't have a book on minimalism. I talk about it because like it genuinely has helped me and a lot of other people. Like it's just so freeing. Like you don't have to spend as much. You don't have to worry about as much. You don't have to clean as much. You don't have to figure out what to do later with as much. Like it's just like this feeling of lightness. You don't have nothing. Oh yeah, Jay Snacks, V Friends has merch. Oh yeah, oh totally. Yeah. Gary V, I'm telling you, Gary V said this is gonna be his life's work. Anybody who knows Gary V knows that like when he does something, it's typically successful. And he's gonna work hard to try to do that. So like, I'm kind of really going all in on this V Friend stuff. Well, our plan to go more all in on this V Friend stuff. Hey, just Rowan, you are so welcome. You're so welcome. Yeah, I remember you used to come through a lot more. I noticed when you left out, but I appreciate you coming back through. Um, and I'm glad to hear today you feel very free. I'm so glad to hear that. So you're welcome. If I played a part in throwing a little inspiration your way, and my message was helpful. Yeah, just wrong. One of the OGs from a few years back. No, Isaiah, you good. Like I said, it was all respectfully. Um, yeah, man, life is they didn't set it up like a casino. Like this is why they don't teach us financial literacy. They want you to lose your money. If you go along with the system, the way it's set up, you're gonna be broke. Like you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like we have to have these discussions and like think about these things and like use our divine power to kind of like figure out how to navigate and get to the abundance that is prevalent in this world. Because if we look at it the way they want us to look at it, if we follow the steps they tell us to follow, 9 times out of 10, you are going to wind up broke in debt because it's set up that way, right? If you follow their rules and their playbook, you're going to wind up broken in debt because that's what they want. Nobody wants, other than like good people, nobody wants everybody to be financially free, except for us regular people who are good people and we want good for everybody. But like nobody in power wants everybody else to have power. Nobody who's wealthy wants I'm generalizing, but most people who are wealthy and greedy don't want everybody to be doing well because they have less money. So it's like if you have the power to kind of dictate how people act and you're at the top and you want to stay at the top, the smartest thing for you to do is to like set down a course of action that keeps everybody at the bottom. That way you stay at the top. So if you follow the course of action that they hand down, you're going to stay at the bottom. But the good news is we don't have to follow that course of action. What time do I go on my morning walks? It depends on the morning. I don't really have a set time. Your mother's 70 and probably never had $2,000 in cash, did virtually anything she wanted. That's financial freedom right there. That's freedom right there. Black, this isn't my merch. It's actual. Where is it? I'll put the link in the. Oh, I almost did it on this window. Hold on. I'll put the link in the chat. I don't want to put all that on there though. Wait, hold on. Just let me do that. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually official VeeFriends merchandise, so it ain't mine. I bought it. Oh, just Rowan, glad to hear that you're here again. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, I remember Gaia. Duncan, I think we all have to ask ourselves that question. Like, what does financial freedom mean to me? Is it something I'm even concerned about? But yeah, I think it's different for everybody. I think like if you really want to sum up a short answer is like being able to do everything you need to do and want to do without worrying about money. I feel like it'd be like a short answer that everybody could kind of get behind. Oh, Tony, I love this question. Let's talk about it. I love this question. I get this so often. Says the problem with everyone being rich is who will do the jobs nobody wants to do. Robots. We have been, once again, this goes back to the programming. We have been taught that certain jobs are less than. And so they make those jobs pay less typically. Actually, there's even some jobs that pay okay that we still look down on. And so we assume nobody would want to do those jobs. That's not true though. Like I'm always saying, say for example, if every job paid about the same, or if there was like a range, if every job, I'll just say America because that's where I live, if every job paid between $30 and $40, every job, you wouldn't, like now people say, oh, go to school so you can get a good job. There would be no good jobs if every job would be a good job. So when we went looking for work, we would look for a job we liked, right? If everybody was making the same money, basically, you wouldn't care about the money, which is what people look for jobs for now. You would care about the actual job. And I think every single job we have on this planet, there is someone who would enjoy doing it. We just look down on jobs because they don't pay as much, they're menial. I don't think there's any job we have that someone wouldn't enjoy doing. There's a CEO right now that would love to be a fry cook at McDonald's. If you paid them, I'm telling you, if you paid them the same money, if you said, hey, we'll keep you the same salary, all you have to do is make fries at McDonald's, they would gladly change. I've always wanted to make fries, whip up McFlurries. You know what I mean? So like, I just don't buy into the idea that there's jobs that no one wants to do. There's jobs people don't want to do because they don't pay. But if like we change the system, or if to your point, like everybody, was wealthy, then we wouldn't care what jobs paid, and we could just pick jobs based on what we want to do. See you later, Angela. The bargain bear. I definitely get excited for the season changes, especially when it's like winter to spring. But also, summer to fall. Yeah, 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 yeah. I enjoy all aspects of nature, though I enjoy some more than others. But yeah, I enjoy that is part of it. Is I like seeing the changing because that teaches me about life. Like you go through seasons, things change. Some seasons you really like spring. Some I'm not as excited about like winter, but it's all beautiful and amazing, and that's the way my life is. Sometimes I'm having an amazing time, sometimes not as amazing, but it's all life. I try to love all of it, appreciate all of it. Nature teaches me a lot. Duncan, that's a question that sounds very deep, but I have don't. How could you answer it? Um, it sounds great, but how could you ever answer that? And how would answering that question actually help somebody? Like how? You know what I mean? Like respectfully. What up, Quan? That's what I'm saying. Like I be thinking about this stuff deeper than sometimes you got to go outside of like what we've been taught. You know. So a lot of stuff like yeah, and in the present thinking in the present society that wouldn't work. But like we if we all came together could change all of that. And a lot of the stuff that we're like that could never happen. If we made it happen, we wouldn't have a lot of the problems we have. Thank you for hitting the like button, Kelly. See you later, Bobby. That's what I'm saying. Like I try not to let my mind just settle for what I see in front of me in the physical world. Like I be trying to think differently. And like even if I never see that come to pass, just knowing it's possible or thinking along those lines changes the moves I make and the actions I take. Cause like it changes my vibration, my energy, because I'm just on a different level. I'm like, yeah, y'all might have set it up this way. I don't have to see it that way. Because like when you surrender to like, well, that could never happen. Well, this is then you'll just make moves believing that. But I'm like, I want to make moves knowing even if certain stuff doesn't come to pass, I know it can come to pass. I can make it happen for me. So yeah, I'm always trying to see outside beyond what they taught us, beyond the physical, beyond what's manifested in front of me now. I'm trying to manifest my own, you know. Jay Snag, if I reach 500K, I don't. I feel very blessed. I'm blessed now. I don't think nothing really happens. We just keep doing what we do. Yeah, you know what I mean. Lorenzo. Let me actually read this question. It says, knowing how messed up society is and how the whole world is trying to enslave you and stuff like that, how do you stay positive? I stay positive because, like, I know I don't think the whole world is messed up. Society, we've created a weird society. But one of the things that really keeps me going, keeps me positive, is I know there's a ton of amazing, wonderful people in the world. And I think the average person is good and is having issues with society we've created as well. So I kind of try to focus on like the people. And I also know that like even if a large portion of certain people are trying to enslave us all, that's not everybody. And like I don't have to let them enslave me. You can try whatever you want. It ain't gonna work. So like I don't need to really I need to know and kind of be on the lookout and watch my six for what you're trying to do, but it doesn't like bring me down because it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? So like, and once again, at the end of the day, I'm just this current lifetime is like me experiencing what all this is like. You know, for me personally, I think I'm an energy being that currently is in this human body, experiencing what it's like to be a human on this planet at this time, and this is how it is. So like, I'm just kind of an observer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here seeing what it's. Oh, this is what happened when greed takes over the world. Okay, it ain't really got nothing to do with me. long term. Another 50 years, I'll be gone. You know what I mean? So like I just don't, I'm not married to this life. I'm not grounded in this physical reality. I'm just kind of making the best of it. That's my message, is to help other people make the best of it while we're here, womb to tomb. But like, it doesn't have to be my reality. People gonna do what they're gonna do. I just do what I do. Tiff, how you doing? Nah, you don't get another plaque until you hit 1 million, which is crazy. Oh, Duncan, yeah. In that case, I think there's less stress if you're financially free, but there's still stress. There's always stress. But I think there's less stress if you're financially free. Thank you, Broom by Nature. Yeah, I like this. I love this shirt. Would I ever go on No Jumper? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Sovereign said, "I feel like this is a simulated reality." Um, my thing is this: if it is, does that change anything? And what's the difference between a real reality and a simulated reality? If it's real to you, what's the difference between, if it's all you got, right? If this is the only like overall reality we have, what's the difference if it's simulated or it's real? Like if somebody came to you tomorrow and was like, "Yes, this is definitely simulated," what would change? Other than maybe your perspective, which maybe that's all that matters anyway. But like real simulated, it's what we got right now. What's up, Millie? McGregory says, "Tim, I've gone from working fast food to high paying remote white collar work. Sometimes I miss making food and engaging with people in a truly lighthearted environment." That's what I'm saying. Thank you for sharing. That's an example. It's like, hey, we'll pay you the same money. You can go back down there to the Taco Bell, hang out. Even if they were like half the year, you can go down to the Taco Bell and work. We'll pay you the same salary. You'd be like, all right, I miss it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like there, any job I'm telling you, you can think of, there would be someone who really enjoys doing it. Someone would be like, you know what? I love cleaning out porta potties. I love bringing the hose in there and sucking out the excrement from the porta potty. Every job, we all like doing different stuff. Hey, adventure, thank you. We always going for growth. We always going for growth. I appreciate that, and a different perspective. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Queenie came for the child free videos. Nice, nice. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, thank you. We try to throw a little inspiration, and yeah, I mean that's the goal. The goal, that is the message, is like, live life, please. You know what I mean? Best we can. Like now they try to get you to hold it off until like 65, 70, because by then they didn't got you for everything. By then they know 8 out of 10 people they will have got for everything. Hmm? This is why put it off. Work for us for 50 years, then retire and live, because they didn't got you. They didn't got all your time, your energy, your mental thought processes. They got it all. By then, whatever you got left over, then they ain't even worried about it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, but live now. Live now. Yeah, sovereign. Like that's why I say I'm not anti-work. Like I think having meaningful work is part of the human experience. I think that's why our ancestors were happier than us on some levels, I believe, because like going out and like building your dwelling, and tending the fields or going hunting, that was work, but like you were doing it for you, for your family, for your tribe, for your community. It meant something. Going to work and like, unless you enjoy it, going to work and just like making car parts, it doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not the same. Now, if you enjoy that, cool. It means something. You get in that flow state and you making them parts. But like, if it don't mean nothing, it don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? And so that's why like we really get like burned out at work, especially if you throw in some crazy coworkers and a drunk boss or something. It's like, oh, but like when we have meaningful work, it, you know, every day is giving us something, as opposed to like when you don't have meaningful work, every day is taking away something and it's giving you a small paycheck. Oh, Adventure, glad to hear you're gonna go see your mom. Dion, I gotta go with the links. I said at the beginning of the year, and nobody believed me that the links were going to be a problem. When I saw Alana Smith and Dorka Juhas, I was like, they're going to be a problem. I'm telling you, I watched it. So I'm gonna go with the links. Both of them are my teams. I'm not happy the way, but I'm rooting for the links. Yeah. Kashif, I like if I had a razor and like if I had a barber that would give me a complete bald head, I would. Because I'm close to bald anyway. But I just, I'm always in the middle of nowhere, so it's hard for me to, and I don't know how to shave my head completely bald consistently. So that's why I don't go completely bald. But yeah, if I was somewhere and I had a barber I could go to and they kept my baldy bald, yeah, I'd do it. I don't care. Like I really, you know me, I don't care. Like y'all, this Avatar. You know, I like to look nice and whatever, but like I really don't care. Like when I went to the barbershop in Thailand, she had to shave the hair on my ears because it had grown out. Like I had hair growing on my ears. She had to trim that up. That I don't care, bro. Like ah, 3325. How's it going? Exactly, Tiffany. Is that so hard? Like if we found work that used our gifts, brought us joy, and we made a living wage, we'd be so happy. But we can't do that. People will argue with you why, so many reasons why that can't happen, which it basically comes out to greed. But you know, yes, like I wish we told the kids that find a way to pay the bills, to fund your lifestyle that you enjoy. If we told the kids that, and that's what they heard their whole life, they would get out of school, and if they decided to further their education, they would do it in a field that they liked, you know, or if they didn't, they would go right to the workforce doing something they liked. Or that would be the goal. Hey, I may have to go do this until I find this, or let me work a few jobs to see what I like. But the goal would always be like, find work you love. Like the majority of the people will be doing stuff they love. Different world, be a different world, just from like a happiness standpoint. Charlie 2019 said, I did 30 years on the plantation. Work is overrated. Hey, props to you for hanging in there as long as you did, though, you know? Yeah, Queenie, that's what they hit you with. Oh, that's you're not being realistic. Some things you got to do things you don't like. Sometimes you have to do that. Like, no, 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 no. Like you, no. I don't have to be realistic if I don't want to. I have a different reality than you. And even though I do things I don't like sometimes, I don't have to. I could sit right here on this curb and never get up. I could just start walking and never stop. You know what I mean? Like I no, you no, no. I don't let people tell. You're not gonna tell me how I can live my life. I was given free will, just to live it the way you say I should? No, 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 no. No. I can do whatever I want. I don't always choose to exercise that right, but in certain instances when I do, you're not gonna like stop me from doing that with some platitudes. Stop. No, 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 no. Well, that's why they call it work. Oh, stop, stop. Are there any seasonal jobs I'd never do again? There's some places I probably wouldn't work at again. Bargain Bear, I definitely had to work to get this way. Yeah, I wasn't always like this. No. I used to believe a lot of the stuff people told, but over time, reading different stuff, listening to different stuff, pondering different stuff, I do that. I just don't listen to people. Exactly. Like just Rowan said, I'm willing to accept the consequences. That's a big part of it. I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you. That's a big part of it. It's like I'm willing to accept the consequences. If it goes pear shaped, like if it messes up, well, I have to eat that. I have to take that L. But I'm willing to do that as opposed to just blindly following the crowd. Because things mess up even when you do what everyone else says is the right thing, things mess up. So like if I'm gonna have to deal with time and unforeseen occurrences, I might as well deal with them on my terms. But like, yeah, I'm willing to accept the consequences. That's why sometimes people are like, what if you end up, broke in your 60s because you didn't save enough money for retirement? I'll just be broke in my 60s. Like I have to deal with that. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm willing to accept that. I hope it doesn't happen. And I don't think about it because I'm not trying to manifest it. But like I understand that because of some of my actions, that's a possibility. But that's always a possibility, actually. But yeah, adventure. I'm in Colorado. I'm just not one that I'm just not gonna tell people. I don't like to put that fear based, bro. If you do, I don't care what the economy is. If your job is stressing you out and you need to get up out of there, and you've thought about it and you prayed about it and you discussed it with your family members, then go. Don't worry. The economy is not is no that I mean that's scarcity mindset. People in this economy have quit their job and found a better one, so they can do it. Why can't you do it? That's what I'm saying. We just get, and it's understandable. But A, that's why I don't listen to the news. And B, like the scarcity mindset, this fact that you're not powerful. And like I said, do your research, pray, talk with people. I'm not saying just blanketly always quit your job. I'm just saying that if it comes back that that's the right move, it doesn't matter if it's the Great Depression come back. If that's the move, it's the move, bro. Like, okay, this is see some people just want to argue. Um, some things are common sense. Like I think people think I don't have common sense. Yes, I understand the more responsibilities you have, the harder it is to like quit your job. And I'm pretty sure anybody who has more responsibilities, like kids or a mortgage or anything, has factored that in. If you got a mortgage and two car notes and three kids, and you quit your job just because I said it, and none of that other stuff crosses your mind, well, that's the bigger problem. You know what I mean? Like that's what I don't understand. When people always want to come to the channel and be like, I'm like, bro, like people are smart, right? I don't think anybody on this channel in this community who has more responsibilities than me doesn't realize they have more responsibilities than me. They don't realize that, like, oh yeah, Tim is speaking like his lifestyle is different than mine. They realize that, but I think they also understand that, like, what we talk about still applies. You know what I mean? It just might be, it's different for everybody. You know, you can't have a YouTube channel where you can speak to everybody in their situation. All you can do in life is like share your experiences and just like speak in general. Okay, moving on. What up, Vanessa? Tiffany, no. The reason I was able to take a month off is because I got an awesome boss who like let me know that like taking a leave of absence was an option. So basically, I just took a leave of absence, and worked for a company that allows that. So you know, she's like, yeah, that's something you can do. You can take a leave of absence and come back. So I'm not sure most seasonal companies would let you do that, but and my position isn't very like you know when I was in housekeeping, would they have let me do it? I don't know. They might have. But so yeah, it was a combination of like knowing my options, and yeah, just kind of working for a company that's allows you to do something like that. But I mean, honestly, if they didn't have that option, I probably would have just not extended my contract and left and went on my vacation. So you know, Brian, yeah, you stay in a hotel, no utilities. If the hotel is about the same as your rent, or you saving on utilities, you know what I mean? Like I'm telling, there's so many different ways to do different things. And a lot of the reason I like Airbnbs, I don't have to deal with all that. I can be different places. I don't have to deal with utilities. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to deal with all the stuff that comes with renting an apartment. I don't have to be somewhere for a year, 15 months, Like it's even if sometimes it's more expensive, not having to deal with all that other stuff and having more freedom makes it worth it. Priya, I think it is fine to burn a bridge. Once again, the never burn a bridge is a scarcity thing. Now, do I think you should burn every bridge? No. But like if there's a job and you're like, man, I'm probably never coming back here and I got reasons, burn it, bro. Like we're just so scared of everything. You know? Is that one you really think that one job, that one bridge you burn in a world of millions of jobs is gonna be what puts you in the poorhouse? Like, nah, it's just like we're like, bro. And even if it's not okay, you'll still have to. You burn the bridge. You got to figure out how to live. That's what I'm saying. Like tapping into like how powerful we are and believing in ourselves allows us to not be so worried about all this little stuff that they taught us to never do. Because you're like, okay, I'm powerful enough, smart enough, intelligent enough, tapped in enough. I can exist in this world without ever going back to that company. You know what I mean? One company, one or two companies that we might have burned the bridge and can't go back to. You really think in the wide world that those two companies are going to be what ruins you? Why? You know what I mean? But these are the type of things that they tell us, and we just believe it because we've heard it our whole life. Oh, never burn a bridge. Burn that bridge. Nobody worry about that. Yeah, Tiffany. That's there's a lot of things that we never try to negotiate. A lot of times we never ask. Some places be like, well, didn't nobody ask? Like, hey, and honestly, I can't be mad at like a company if they have a policy and nobody asks and they don't tell you. But like I think we don't ask enough questions at the interview. I don't think we don't be down there to the HR enough, wanting stuff, asking stuff. Like a lot of times we just like, well, this is the job. I gotta go down there. But hey, what about this? What if I want to take some time off? Blah, 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 blah. You gotta ask questions. Priya, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. Core, how's it going? Yeah, that abundance mindset. Just Rowan did it. It worked. Like if you really think about sometimes the things we're scared to do because of the ramifications it might have in our future, and when you think about how big the world is, how much opportunity there is, that's really. Like one company in Birmingham, Alabama, one 100-person company that you work for and quit without 2 weeks notice in Birmingham, Alabama is going to be what ruins you in life. So you need to stay there longer and not burn that bridge. Stop, stop, stop. It's crazy. It's crazy. Too much opportunity. Too much abundance, bro. Actually, I don't think you can have too much abundance, but abundance. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to go, but I'm gonna jump off. I'm actually very hungry. Um, all I think I've been eating today is like cashews. So I got to jump off. I got to get something to eat. Right about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, I think is a good time for a stream. This has been an amazing stream, amazing conversation. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, being a part of it. Big shout out to the Super Chat Squad. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. The lurkers, the thumbs uppers, Angela, the world's best moderator, everybody who came through. Some people who hadn't been in a while came around. Even shout out to the people we had to block with love. Thank y'all for being a part of the channel, part of the community, part of the live. I love each and every one of y'all. I mean that. I say that, but I mean it. Love y'all. Oh, Tiff, thank you. Oh, Tiff came through at the last minute. Thank you, Tiff. Sorry you super chatted and I'm out, Tiff. I'm sorry. I always feel bad when I do that. I love the pair rolling on the floor. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much, Tiff. Thank you. I appreciate that. Next stream, your question first. I got you. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Thank you. That really means a lot. Thank you for the support. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later.